Don't forget to subscribe. The Sabatiello's episode is a perfect example of what happens when pride and ego take over a restaurant owner. So today we're going to dive into the story of Sabatiello's, a once promising Italian eatery owned by Sammy, a man who has found himself yelling at staff, arguing with customers, and even complaining about Gordon not giving him an expensive equipment-filled makeover. Strap in, cause it's going to be a wild one. While Gordon's arriving, he reads some of the reviews, and one mentions that Sammy is the most obnoxious human being that they have ever met, and also that the food is 2 stars at best. These early impressions set the tone for what is to come. When Gordon arrives, he is led to the upstairs eating area. He likes the environment and tells Sammy,
"So if the decor's nice and warm, the host is nice and warm, it must be all about the food, right?"
To which Sammy responds with,
"My food is good. My food is very good."
"So what would you recommend for lunch?"
Which prompts Ramsay to quickly change the subject. When a server is taking Ramsay's order, Sammy steps in to effectively backseat, and it is revealed that Sammy has a habit of interrupting his workers, so he can tell them to do their jobs, which is a bit counterproductive, at least in my opinion. When the food finally arrives, it's a disaster. From a soup of the day made 2 days prior, to cheap outsourced steak, all of the dishes fail to impress Gordon. Sammy's defense?
I'm telling you, I think maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
I get out the same side of the bed every day. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and that food was bland.
I can't believe you're telling me my food sucks. I can't believe it. I honestly think you're out of your fucking mind. It ain't, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. I think you're a little too critical, overcritical.
AKA a complete denial of reality. A style of defense that visibly irritates Gordon. After Gordon leaves the kitchen, Sammy lets his true feelings come out.
Let me tell you something, man. For a guy to talk like that in front of me like that, I can't believe it. And he's still alive, and we didn't shoot him? Fucking kill that guy?
The dinner service reveals more of Sammy's shortcomings. He cuts corners by using imitation crab meat, blames his staff for making him look bad, and even microwaves a customer's lamb after she requests for it to be cooked more.
Guy, put it in the microwave. Just put it in the microwave. Put it in a minute and a half.
When the customer notices that the plate was microwaved, she sends it back again. This causes Sammy to storm out of the kitchen and argue with her in the middle of the dining area. He then gets angry when she claims to his face that the dish was microwaved, even though he actually did microwave the lamb.
They came out of a microwave, otherwise they wouldn't be like exuding heat.
Do you work for a microwave company? You know so much about a microwave.
Sammy convinces her to wait for another lamb to be served. Unfortunately, when the next one she gets is also undercooked, she leaves.
How is it? Is it still too rare?
You know what? I'm done.
In response, Sammy decides to shut down the kitchen for the night.
You know something? Don't even fucking make it none. Shut everything fucking down and forget it. I don't really give a fuck. Shut it down. Don't fucking do nothing.
A genuinely immature move from someone with years of restaurant experience. Gordon calls Sammy out for being a constant negative presence in both the kitchen and the dining area, before leaving for the night. The next day, Gordon has a chat with Sammy, and it is revealed that Sammy has a large amount of experience working in successful restaurants, and that his older brother, whom he would go to for advice, passed away 7 years ago.
Oh my God. My brother Benny passed away 7 years ago. Actually, get me all choked up here.
This man's a hero in your life, right?
He's the one that really got me motivated. I love him. He was like more of a father. I mean, I would do anything for him. He was awesome.
Do you miss him?
Totally. Because like now, I would love to call him and ask for some advice. It's like I don't know where to turn. All has to come from me. I'm bombarded everywhere.
Gordon takes Sammy back in time in hopes of reviving the old Sammy that was a humble team player that everyone wanted to be around. Sammy admits that he'd rather be that version of himself again, and tries to change things up. For the next dinner service, Gordon introduces a tableside menu option to improve the dining experience. However, chaos erupts in the kitchen due to poor communication between Sammy and his head chef, Jose, and Jose's tendency to undercook his dishes.
Oh, come on.
For fuck's sake.
This is supposed to be medium, bro. Come on.
Don't let me down, Jose. Come on, quick.
He's like completely behind already. Hi. My husband's steak is...
As dishes continue to be sent back due to being undercooked, Sammy loses his temper again, reverting to his volatile way of managing. The dinner service goes poorly, and Gordon has a talk with Sammy. He admits that head chef Jose is actually a massive problem. Gordon and Sammy both agree that if Jose underperforms in the next dinner service, he has to be replaced. Gordon revamps the menu for the relaunch.
Look at the size of the menu, Jose. That is done to the maximum ability of what we got to cook out of from downstairs.
The relaunch starts strong, but quickly goes downhill, as the slow speed of the kitchen results in orders piling up. The customers start complaining about the food being undercooked, which causes Gordon to be upset. Gordon has a talk with Sammy and tells him about how bizarrely slow and inefficient the kitchen has been. Sammy, in response, decides to enter the kitchen and help out with making the food. Despite the chaos that such a decision created, dishes produced were actually appreciated by customers, resulting in an overall successful dinner service. After the service, Sammy and Gordon say goodbye to each other, and Gordon leaves, hoping that Sammy's restaurant continues to thrive. If you're wondering what happened after the episode, click the video on the screen.